Hello everyone and welcome back to this first type of video. As you are all aware, we have seen a couple of days ago the Bethesda showcase, and they have done a very good intro of Starfield and also an extensive 45 minutes gameplay. We will try to go through what we can expect, and we will stop over some important aspect and try to understand a little bit of what we will see when Starfield will be released, and we will also share some information regarding the specs that we will need and how it will run on console and also on PC. Now let's switch and have a look together and also comment together what they have shown during the showcase. That's the usual intro that they have done it.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios. You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here, and that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in...
Those are the same image that we have seen in the previous shows.
Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together, but well, we've never...
I really hope that they deliver what they have announced, because it's for a AAA game is gonna be a very tough moment, especially after the latest fall of the release. Okay, this is an in-game footage, so not in engine.
But it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities. But this time, it's not just one world. It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours, it's yours. And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to...
This brings some No Man's Sky feeling as well, just on another level.
Mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds.
And then there will always be the debate about the 1,000 like planets that they are procedurally generated, and that they are few compared to the other universe that we know, like No Man's Sky or Elite Dangerous.
Our next generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup.
This it will be a very nice thing to see how the lighting effect works, because it's been one of the most difficult challenge. Also, like if you think of Elite Dangerous, when they switch the engine from Horizon to Odyssey.
And you can play it in first person.
That's very good. It's like Fallout.
We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale.
Yeah, also in No Man's Sky you can do exactly the same, like scanning and gathering resources. This one looks a little bit more realistic, let's say.
Even stumble upon something unexpected.
That is the first shooting, and here is way more better and way more fluid compared to the first shooting that they showed some times ago. You can combine the jetpack, and here I'm gonna stop for a moment. We can also see on our left that we have some challenges to accomplish. This then we will see later on the skill level up of the character. And for every kill we also get some XP. And these, I think, will go both for the player experience and also for the challenge experience. Now, this is a kind of mosquito. Wasn't supposed to be here, but anyway, I wasn't able to take it out. We can loot, and looks like we can loot a lot of stuff here. Now we don't know if they will be all useful or we can sell, or if we can sell everything, or if some part, for sure some part of those, if found that they will be used for the upgrade. And also here we're gonna stop. We can see on the bottom left we have this rounded, I think you have the O2, CO2, and it's telling you the planet that you are in. And on the bottom right, we saw like the health. It doesn't look to have any shield at the moment. And then you have also the grenades and the ammunition information.
That in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing.
Okay, the data menu. Let's try to stop here and figure it out what we can see. Okay, on the top left, we have I think is the planet, the Porima for the sea. Abandoned mine is the place where we are actually in. Then surveyed 44%. Now, this, I don't know if it means that it's been discovered by 44% by also other players, even if it is a single player game. We know that it requires an internet connection, or if it is the part surveyed by you. Then at the bottom left, I think you have the stats of your ship. The Frontier is a class A with 2 crew. Also here we don't know if we have actually 2 crew now, or if the maximum crew that we can actually have. And it can jump up to 20 lights here. So that's gonna be interesting. And the state of the hull. Also here we don't see any shield, so it looks like it is a normal indication of the hull stats. Then on the right we have the laser. We have a kind of a perk, a certification. Actually, I have no idea what this can be. And the skill point, I think those are the skill point delivered to the type of certification. And then the weapon is the Refined Ion, and I think this is the name of the pistol. I don't actually know if you can rename it like the weapon, like in Fallout. That we will have to see. And the mass, I guess, is the weight that we are carrying. So 97 out of 145. We have also to see if it's a weighting system like the other RPGs. Like if we have like reached the maximum mass that we have, we cannot walk or run anymore, or if it doesn't affect it. Then you have the character in the middle, the health, as you see, it's full, and the level of your character. And also the faction, I guess, is that little rounded thing below. I think, yeah, I have the cursor here, this one over here.
From your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of detail.
Okay. Yeah, you went a little bit too fast. Let's see the inventory.
You pick everything up, and you can view all that in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills.
It's the first time that I'm doing this type of content, so just be patient with me. Okay, just went another time a little bit too fast. So anyway, let's see the inventory. We have the advanced Grendel rifle, so I don't think it's these pistols, because it's a pistol, it's not a rifle. And I think, yeah, here we have the favorites with the heart. So this system is very like Fallout. And you have, this is the type of damage, I guess. So it looks like it's ballistic. We will see later we have like the ballistic laser, and the other one was magnetic. And then the ammo type, the magazine, how many rounds we have, the fire rate, range, accuracy of this pistol, I think, is without the attachment. How much does it weigh, the value, and how many mods we can actually put on it.
We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits to.
Let's see the suit. Now, you have also here the resistance, I guess, the energy, this EM, actually, I don't know what it is, and the thermal, corrosive, radiation, and airborne resistance. Those are all, looks like also No Man's Sky, you have different type of upgrades for the suits. Depending on which type of atmosphere and planet you are in, you can upgrade all of those. So far it looks like a good pack thing here. Then you have your credit on the bottom left and your mass again.
To food, we just obsess over the details, and food, we obsess over food.
Okay, food here, we can see that it restore health. Also here, like Fallout.
When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
And he can even say your name. Let's head out.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is...
Okay, also the NASA style. Now we have to see which data they have used from NASA, actually.
Your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch. A bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi.
This is something very nice, like that you are able to see this type of retro, not fully a futuristic environment.
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources.
Very nice. Also this one. Oh, let me stop it here. I have activated something by mistake. So we have in this frame actually what we can see from the star map, as they were saying. So we can see we have the type is a rocky type world, I guess, the gravity. This we have to see if it has an impact on the actual flying and landing, but I think that we cannot land on ourselves, so it doesn't work the same, overly dangerous, where if it has more gravity, you will actually be pulled stronger to the ground, so you have to be very careful on landing. Temperature cold, so doesn't say any particular precise temperature information. Atmosphere type, if it has a magnetosphere, and fauna and flora, those remind me as well to No Man's Sky, where in each planet you have a certain amount of flora and fauna, and a bonus was discovered if you discovered the whole type of them, so you get one bonus. And the water is radioactive. I still not know if you need to drink as well rather than to eat only. But I guess if you have to do it, you cannot drink the water that is flowing through the rocks here. And then the type of resources. So you have water, iron, and all the others that not my type. That's why they also put the dots there to be able to recognize them. And the traits, 0 of 2, I think those are bonuses that you will have to find it somewhere.
You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations.
Okay, that's good, that you can choose to land wherever you want, even if you cannot actually do it.
The game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here you can plot a course to ones that are light years away.
Okay, now we have
grav drive to full
the drug drive are used for the jump range.
to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most
Now we see an important things here. It's gonna tell you if you need to jump, like how many jumps here on the right. So it's gonna be 4 because you need to travel 70, almost 74 lights year, and your ship has 20 lights year of range. If you have the cargo hold, fuel consumption, so for sure we will need to take care of the fuel. And it's telling you if you have already done this route or not. Now we can see also that our destination, it requires level 45. So this means that at the beginning, if you want to travel to those system and planets, you must have a certain level. I think the more we stretch out from the galaxy, the more difficult it will be to play into those worlds.
Distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
I think this is an animation. And yeah, that's quite cool.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo.
Okay, this looks like a Spaceborne 2, where you enter and you got scanned if you enter into a new system.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the
I'm very curious to see how many different type of cities there are and if some are replicate as well during the game.
Design of the city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a Colony War memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
So you can buy food, there's also Star Citizen wise oriented.
Constellation begins.
Oh, and that's the watch. Now, these we will see later. I will skip that part because it's mainly ad. But basically, if you buy now, it's gonna be $300 and is not shippable outside the US. And it comes with the special pack. Now I don't remember the name. Is like the collectors. Yeah, the collectors pack. Is this plus the case that is very good looking? But yeah, it's $300 only for the watch and only in the US.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy.
So factions here as well. So if you are familiar also with the old Fallout game, that's gonna be very, very important. We have to see if you align with one of them, what will bring to the game and to the development of the character, of course.
Fact, if you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god. Look at how it's coming together.
That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah
Starting to get annoying, this guy.
soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman.
This is the guy that put the money in, as always.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate. Sam Coe, the former space cowboy.
And we will see later, each of those, they will have particular specs.
Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The settled systems is home to all kinds of different stories,
Let's remove
people,
this one.
and
Okay.
adventures for you to uncover.
Okay, those are the stuff that I like it. Way more than the normal and usual casual pets that you find in the space game.
New Atlantis, the first major human
So,
settlement in space.
Constellation, a united colony so far.
Live here, value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies.
It will be interesting also to see if you can actually do mining with the ship. I think you can.
You might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems. This is Freestar Collective Space.
That looks like the outlaw of the galaxy. Very old western side.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Like,
started out as a fishing platform, but is now
this remind me of Star Citizen and Cyberpunk as well. You have those vibes, so you have very different type of ambient and atmosphere in this type of faction, and that it's cool. So you can actually choose the one that you like the most.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, alright?
That looks less entertaining than the others if you have to go in those city, and that is their visitor's ticket, let's say.
hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face. Is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile?
Crimson Fleet headquarters.
They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It
Yeah, those look like they are peace with the whole galaxy already.
We're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
So, ready to get out there?
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell. I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation.
Okay, here we're entering into the character personalization, and that is a thing that they are pushing so much.
Our character generation system, we scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities, and by mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
Hey, come on, come on. Okay.
This we still need to understand if it is in the first part when you start a game,
Damage. Mentally, the jury's still out.
after you have selected your
Know who
character.
you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
Okay.
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll
So let's see, we have biometric ID. So I think here you can choose some like personal records. Let me see. Okay, so those are the presets. My bad. Then you have body, face, background is also, it's a huge part of it, and traits.
your starting point.
Fushira will be like a kind of a old grumpy person, old that is peace with the world and with the universe going around. Wow. Let's see, one moment backwards.
Your journey from there can be as detailed or as quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
Okay, so you have skin tones, you have a lot of here to choose from. Head shapes, hair, eye color, facial hair, square, thin, wide, round. Now, these all looks very standard, but looks like that the amount of customization and the range that you can play with it, it's quite big.
It's also the simplest character generation system we ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make
Yeah, check those line, how much you can play with it. It doesn't have a small step, it has the full scale that you can play with.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in.
Oh, okay. Now, we will go slightly deep into this part. Let me go slightly backwards.
Piercings, teeth settings, it's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in.
Okay. Background. Look at here on the right. Beast Hunter, Bouncer, Bounty Hunter, Chief, Combat Medic, Cyber Running, Cyberneticists, Diplomat, Explorer, Gangster, Homesteader, Industrial, Longhauler, Pilgrim, Professor, Ronin. So, and each one of those backgrounds will give you unique starting skills, and I guess those are the one that we will have to choose to level up with. Let's say with Explorer, they say exploration is a lost art. You didn't listen, as the major faction argued over the space they desperately tried to control. You were busy uncovering the wonder of the settled system. So starting skills is the laser, and this one I think is the same lifestyle that we have seen it before. Personal laser weapons are in widespread use across the settled system and specializing training greatly increased their effectiveness. And now we have astrodynamics. Advanced technology is one thing, but it takes skill, patience, and a bit more love to coax even more capability out of the ship's craft drive. Surveying, of course, is the Explorer. Let's try to check the other one. Of course, here there will not be the full range of it, but we can have a look. Diplomat. The wars are over. Peace now reigns the settled system, but only because there are those quietly fighting to keep it up. Because of you, agreements were signed, wars are headed, lives were spared. So you can have the persuasion, commerce, wellness. And so in the settled system, the nuanced ability to listen and discuss can often accomplish far more than simply shooting first and asking questions later. Commerce, economy, almost anyone with the right skill set can open and run a successful business. So I think this charter will have an improving trading capability. And wellness, so probably also your life will be a little bit higher on this one. But of course, you will have probably lower fighting skills. Cyberneticist. Robots, more toys, neurohams, good for parlor tricks. The colony war may have made implants and upgrades available to veterans, but once you saw a greater future, humans and machine as ones. Okay, that's really nice. Starting skills is gonna be medicine. Oh no, I put this one down. I shouldn't have done it. Where are you, my friend? I guess you're here. Yeah, that is for the chat. And I also need OBS over here. Okie dokie. So security, while the standardized digital locking mechanism is renowned for its security, any code can be broken with proper training. So this one looks like the hacking skills of Fallout. And also here laser. So also some type of skills they can repeat between each background as well.
Give you a bit of backstory.
Combat medic. Leave it the combat medic. So not medic, combat medic. I just lost if there was something before it. Don't wanna go too much backwards. Oh damn, how they made it very difficult to scroll.
Teeth settings, it's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look.
We'll go through fast through them. Sorry, I just lost one part that. Okay, Cyber Runner, yeah, was this one that I lost. From Neon to New Atlantis, the megacorp stand as monument to power, prestige, and profit. You have worked both for and against them to the inside out. and often sacrificing conscience for credit. So, stealth. For a combat who values discretion above all else, the ability to approach a target while undetected and kill with a silenced weapon is as terrifying as it is effective. So I think these skills, if you build like a stealth build, they will put some bonuses on your weapons and damage that you can do. But this we will have to, of course, seize it. Security, while the standardized digital locking mechanism is renewed for its security, any code can be broken with the proper training. So also here you will have an extra hacking points. And theft. While not entirely honorable and certainly not legal, it is nonetheless occasionally necessary to discreetly remove property from some one person. Also here it will be interesting to see if you steal something, like if it will affect your reputation, if while entering into the system you can be like searched, looked for, if you will get a bounty, and if you get a bounty with a faction and you go to another system that is fighting against that faction, you will still be wanted for or not. Those are all nice questions. Combat medic, so medicine and wellness and pistol certification. Also here, if you're a medic, you cannot run like with the Navy gun plus all the medikit around. Chef. This is interesting. Now, what you can actually do, like while the unrefined masses scarf down chunks by the shiploads, you cater to those with a more discerning palate. In your kitchen, countless alien species becomes true culinary masterpieces. Also here, if it works, like Fallout 76, where you have to combine several food to have special bonuses, I really want to see how you can do it in like a planet or in a galaxy where you have to travel between thousands of planets. So you have different fauna, flora, and different food. So gastronomy, access to brand new words means access to brand new ingredients, and there is almost no limit to the delicious foods and drinks talented chef can prepare. Dueling, so because if you are a chef, you use the knife, so it does make sense actually. Consider by many to be a lost art. Close attacks with a melee weapon can often be deadlier than range combat when carried out by a skilled practitioner. And scavenging. There are those who can find just about anything, and their success is usually dependent on knowing how and where to look. So also here we have melee damage, and I think you can find in the same crate maybe more loot because you have this chef.
Start with 3 basic skills.
From chef to dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy.
Yeah, that's true.
Talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professional.
Also, it's very nice to have secondary missions from NPCs that are randomly around.
Traits are completely up.
Okay, traits. That's the last part of the character personalization. I have no clue what they are. Alien DNA, Dream Home, Empath, Extrovert, Freester, Collective Shelter, Hero Worshipped. Okay, let's see. Raised Enlightened. You grew up as a member of the Enlightened. You gain access to a special chest full of items in the House of the Enlightened in New Atlantis, but lose access to the Sanctum Universum chest. Okay, so looks like that you can gain some extra, but lose something else.
Optional, and they come with their.
Your parents are alive and well, and you can visit their home, but you will automatically spend 2% of your credit. Okay. So those are optional. So it means you can also choose to don't put anyone, and each one of those we will have a different bonus or or something that you will lose. Like in this case, I guess that you will you will lose 2% of all your income because on your character story, you are sending them back to your parents at all.
Their own advantages and disadvantages.
You have earned the attention of unknown adoring fan. We will show up. This guy we will see later on. On the plus side, he'll join your ship's crew and give you a gift.
You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
Is it really, really you?
And here, well, just let's continue. There are, I will show you later. Each crew will have special skills that can bring into the game. That didn't sound promising at all.
Your parents, but they're very sweet, and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you.
Okay.
No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your story.
That's good NPC integrations as well.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
Uh-oh. So the adoring fan has done something. We don't know what it is, but yeah, let's continue.
We'll let you discover that on your own.
Which part was the skills? Okay, let's listen very careful to the skill side.
We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system.
Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used to unlock or rank up skills.
Okay. Rank 1, so rank 2, you can attempt to hack advanced locks and to auto attempts. You can attempt to hack expert locks and 3 auto attempts can be banked. So it looks like that you will have to do a challenge to unlock the other ranks.
Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks. With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill, there's a lot to choose from.
I like the xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Okay. Control. We don't know if that it will come in handy. This for combat, the jetpack for sure is gonna be an extra kick.
Maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat.
Okay, that hard.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player, so I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part.
This looks like a little bit of Metal Gear vibes. Approaching from the back and just strangle it.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
Okay, this for sure is not the type of game that I will gonna play with this one, 100%.
I like doing that death from above thing where I boost pack over guys.
Okay, this is more the type of style. This one or stealth, I still didn't have figured out which type of the two, but for sure like the ability to choose. The ability to choose all of this gameplay style is gonna be amazing. Sniper rifle. If you shoot the objects that are like explosive, they actually explode. So you can use your surrounding to help you out as well.
Exploration is a key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are 4
This is the exploration. No, still skills. Next one there will be ship. This is gonna be very, very amazing and nice.
Worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We study data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help
Also, this one we have to see which type of data from NASA they have used to build the flying dynamic, especially around the planet.
Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships.
Derelict ships, explore them, that's nice. We have to see if you can actually leave the ship and flying inside of them.
Ultimately, it's about rewarding your curiosity, because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Okay, ship customization. This is another big part, and it's quite incredible what you can see. You can do it with this model of personalization.
Or home, you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do. You can buy a ship. I'm sure you can find something you like.
Okay, let me see what we have in here. So we can customize basically everything, choose the shape that we want to assemble the ship, and we have also here a type of, this is gonna be on the top left, the pipe management system. Looks like Star Citizen and Elite Dangerous, just this one. I don't remember Star Citizen, honestly. This one looks like you have 6 pipes, while in Elite you have only 3. And here is gonna give you, like, this one is modifying the cargo, and a key power is 30, reactor 27, cargo 210, hull is 5, value and mass, your credit total. So let's see if we can find something more. And here at the bottom it's hidden by the subtitles, but there are the general statistics of the ship.
Customize and upgrade that ship, and hire a crew to keep it up and
That is nice, to put the crew on, so you can choose the people. Standard.
Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify
Ship technician, also like No Man's Sky.
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then
I think you can also buy the pre-built one.
cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling.
That is something that we're going to do definitely, 100%.
Ship the frontier and make some changes. You can customize
Okay.
and upgrade.
Okay. Let's stop here. So look at the amount of pieces you can actually modify. It's like incredible so far. You have the cowling, shield generator, docker, the fuel tanks, the graft drive that I use for wrapping, engines, landing gears, cargo hold, bay, cockpit, and habitat. And thus there is a small, nice little thing that they will say in a bit.
Everything you see here, and you have 2 ways to do that.
Okay, now what we see here: ship systems, select system left, ship overview, amount of fuel, your resistance. So this one looks like that we will be able to see if we have some damage. The cargo, look, 18,101 over 50. Looks like that this one is overweight. Reactor, the amount of crew, jump range, shield, laser, ballistic, and missile. Is a register ship, so I don't know if you can actually don't register a ship and what can happen with them. And the total value. This one is the starting one, so I guess 7,000 is a very, very, very low value.
You can quickly upgrade individual systems like.
Okay, Weapons, you have it here on the right, and with the cost. And on the left, you have the stats. So now I think that they are trying to change the weapon, like is the laser, is the Dragon 221 MW. This one match, horizon defense, the range, fire rate, hull damage, shield damage, max power. So this one I think you have to put the correct engine on the ship. Otherwise you can run out of juice, the hull and the crew capacity. Your ship's weapons affect enemy ships differently in combat depending on the damage type used. Energy affects shields, ballistic hull, and the EM. So I guess gonna be EMP since affect systems. So that's very cool. We have three type of damaging actually. That's not bad at all.
Your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything from the systems to the look and layout.
That is the funny part. I'm very curious to see what the people will invent and how they will try to build the several shape. Also the color, that is a really nice one.
The parts you choose to build with don't just affect your ship's stats. They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship.
And ship interiors. Ship interiors.
Displaying your weapons. Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship. From living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms.
Wow. It's just massive implementation.
Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like...
Let's see what they did in this case.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals.
Okay.
The HMS Platypus, as I called it.
Platypus.
Where it had a giant tail to it.
That looks like, yeah, this is spiders.
Mechs. So it's really whatever your imagination is.
This for every builder is gonna be a dream.
You're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Now I think we're entering into the crew side. Yeah, companions.
Engines ready.
The Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Okay, each companion, as we were saying before, they will have a certain type of skills that they will bring with them. Astrodynamic, laser, leadership, botany for Sarah Morgan, and we will see later on. I'm not gonna stop because there will not be a description on it, so it's gonna be just an actual guess of what will happen. What is known for sure that they will have those, and each one of them it has different one. And this one, for example, is bringing 4. But we will see later on there will be a guy with only 2. So it's completely up to us which type of crew we want on board or in the settlement that will be on the ground, and that each type of the crew will bring a different type of bonuses or expertise. Starship engineering, weapons, laser.
Some friendships might blossom into romance.
This is the only part that I really didn't like it. It looks like a little bit forced.
Hire additional crew at spaceports.
Got any room on your ship for someone like me?
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship?
You see, this one is Stu Heller, for example.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run.
So it looks like that you can also gather resources. We have to see if they improve the chance of resources or not.
These designed around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot. You might die.
I want to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Yeah, you are right, my friend.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams. And now, let's take to the sky.
Okay, yeah, graphics can and could have been done a bit better, I guess. But if it is 25 years in the making, yeah, then it's they have used a particular engine, I guess. I'm not that into kind of the details.
In the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous.
There is no planetary flight so far, only space flight, so you cannot fly around. This one is the space flight, yeah.
To ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons.
So what we have here, 10 ballistic, EM100, laser 24. I guess those are your stats. You have the level of your opponent, the distance, which type it is, and I guess this is the shield and the life bar. And here bottom left you have your HUD modification, where you can assign more or less power to each type of system actually. Here bottom right you have your hull, and I don't know what those are for.
It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting
Yeah, here we go.
engines will make your ship faster.
We have also to see if like damage it will be reduced if you remove power from the engine.
And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight. You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there.
Crimson Fleet. So we have already seen who is gonna be the pirates of the galaxy. Those Crimson Fleet.
Unlocking the targeting control system skill will allow you to zero in on
This is pure elite. But that's nice. Like you can sub-target the each ship module, so you can actually like shoot their engine to stop them, and then you can actually board. Hey Jacob, for pre-order, I don't know yet. It's still pretty new. For the pre-order, nice question. I will have a look into it, because I think that the pre-order is only for the physical copy though. And I read something like if you pre-order it, you can have like 5-day early access. So far it just came out on Steam, but only with the specs. So nothing more actually. What you can do though is like pre-order the collector edition, but is only shippable in the US. You are more than welcome.
After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap.
You are looking forward for it?
But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel.
That is nice. That is docking side, and that's something absolutely new. Docking, smash everyone inside, and get everything.
Add it to your fleet and retrieve it at any spaceport. But space is way more than fighting for your life.
Okay, let's see what's next.
Just like when you're planetside, there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards. walk the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
I'm very curious to see if there will be a different type of space station, which different type of faction and people. So you have access to different type of weaponry as well, or gears, whatever they sell.
Personal encounters to be had as well. You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Let's do this.
When
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm gonna board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all the sandwiches.
Now, stealing sandwiches. Well,
I don't want to play the hero.
why do you have to steal sandwiches from a freaking space station? Oh, spaceship. Yeah, I know. I mean, you can steal. Sorry, you can steal everything and you just choose the sandwiches. Wow. Otherwise, you can always go to grandma. That for sure she cooks better than those sandwiches. Oh god. Sandwich.
It is a Bethesda game through and through.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh, this is nice. If they have done the derelict freighter with this, oh man, top notch. Like very alien vibes here.
New places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is
No, you were not.
It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests. And it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit. We want you to feel like explorers, breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a most...
Yeah, that's true, but unfortunately they didn't put any ground vehicle, so it's just gonna be done on foot and on foot only. That's gonna take time. That's a lot of battles there.
Everybody, we were showing you
Okay, this is the part that I was talking at the beginning. It's like this one is the case. I don't know if you want to see it. I'll wait like a couple of seconds for you to reply. Otherwise, I will skip it to the other part because this is just ads. So really, if you are interested into it, yeah, then I will leave it. But then we will go through exploration and outpost. That is very interesting. Combat and a thank you. I will just move to the exploration part. Perfect. No answer. Skip it. Yeah, we'll do it. Thank you, man.
One of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level.
I mean, the vibes are nice. Are really nice. Let's see, maybe in the future they will put some ground vehicle. It is very elite oriented.
System that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explores.
Scanners.
Our system builds a planet as the
Fallout discovers.
we stitch together a block of terrain.
Wow, look at the lights.
We have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter.
This doesn't look happy to see us. No Man's Sky.
It allows us to add that touch of environmental
It's
storytelling that Bethesda
Fallout.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have
Okay,
a
so
different story to tell.
it looks like that you can have side story as well as from the NPC that you find hanging around randomly. So that's help for the immersion. Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. You can also, like, if you shoot at some part of their suits, you can actually demo that part of the suits. That's impressive. That was a fast switching between weapons. I'm very curious to see how you can do it.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet. Whether you want to explore and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way, or simply take in the views. With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
It's very interesting to see if you can return all of this data to the station and sell it them, or if it just help to progress towards your growth.
And rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters. We wanted native wildlife.
Yeah, that's a smart choices.
Never seen before.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves,
Now here is what they explain the lightning.
real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
It would be cool if also when the light change, so the sun or the stars change position, if also the temperature is affected, and although also the suits that you are having, it take into account those. Looks like to have a lot of different landscape in here.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp.
That's the nice part.
It can be built almost anywhere on any planet.
Okay, this almost we have to see what it is. Okay. So what do we have here? So it looks like that before to build you need to put this one, like to call it as a base. At bottom left you have the name of the planet that you are on, and outpost 1. So we can have actually more than one outpost in a planet. That is a nice thing. And you have a build limit. Doesn't look to have any number, but looks like that it has a bar. The crew, and then there is something behind this that maybe we will see later. Needed power, total power, and production. So this looks like it's a very detailed and not that much complicated way of building. So far, let's see into practical stuff.
The modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses, and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Let's we have to see the resources, how we can use them and what they are needed for.
Use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost.
Okay, what do we have here? Outpost airlock, 4-wall hub, hydroponic hub, so culture, science hub, so it means we can definitely build something, military hub, maybe some science or like weapons or stuff, small hex, no idea, hallway, this looks like it's to connect the two places, and hatch tower, this I have no clue. Okay, here top left, we have the build requirements. Aluminium, sealant, and lead. Yeah, so we will have to be ready for the mats grind again. And we can see now at the bottom left, the build limit is just started to rise. So there is no number but there is like this line here. And you have several type of structures those here. Like we can scroll it, well we cannot, they can actually, but yeah, made my point.
Those larger halves, so that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall.
Yeah, and you see here it's moving. The moment that is putting some new items on it, it's moving the bar.
Feel of your outpost is, and then when you're
I'm curious to see what's the limit.
Decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
Yeah, we also have to see if the interior they will play a part on the limit of the camp or if we are more free with them.
Add crafting and research
Okay.
stations in your outpost.
Perfect. Now, handcrafting and the research laboratory. So we can have pharmacology, food and drinks, outpost development, equipment and weaponry. And we can see that we have projects. So those looks like are those that we have unlocked and no research in progress. So for others, we will have for sure to research. Now we have to see if those takes time, if we need to find a recipe like in Fallout, or if they just be unlocked slowly as soon as you progress.
To utilize any resources you find or already have.
Project complete. New research project unlock, barrel modes. Okay. So that is standard. As soon as you complete one project, it will move to the second level up for it.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different.
Ahaha. Okay, now we are diving into the good stuff. So I can already anticipate you can personalize a lot of things. So here you have the physical damage. I think this one is ballistic, let's say, no laser. Type of ammunition, the magazine, how many rounds you have, the range, accuracy, fire rate, how much does it weigh, value, and the mods that you have. And the mod slots, no mod selected yet, but here we can actually see the slots for the receiver. We can put it fully automatic. That is like a normal weapon desk in Fallout. Internal, optic, magazine, and battery. I don't know if there is any special effect though. I don't think so. Like engineering stuff.
A selection of grips and
Okay, and as soon as we select those, we can see that we have the mats here on top right. Adhesive, tetrafluorides, and lead. Also here it is important to see if some one of those, you see that they have like, here they have the, this one looks like a materials, like a physical one. This is a mineral. We have to see if those have a weight or only this one has.
barrels. Different ammunition like explosive rounds.
And every time you craft, you see you got an extra percentage.
Surely need a suppressor.
Yeah, nice stuff. Sneak attack, 2.1 damage. So here it means that the build will be very, very, very important. And of course there will be the rush to see which type is the most efficient, more damage build, especially when you will go to fight with the boss or a particular mob.
You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side
Yeah,
of
that is very complicated. Between the to find the right balance between the three.
We've completely overhauled our combat.
Now that looks like a icing effect, but you can definitely see that the combat is way more polished compared to the first shooting video. That way more.
weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat.
Upgraded,
You need to switch
okay.
things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around.
That's nice.
And for giving you an edge in combat.
We have to see if the falls like actually create damage, but I think so.
Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying. Zero gravity environments pose a different
That is a nice little neat cheek that they put on it.
Energy weapons, on the other hand,
Flying
offer a more
backwards
stable shooting experience.
on 0G.
We also have mag weapons.
Those are devastating.
Ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage.
Damn. I'm gonna go with those 100%. Look how they annihilate stuff. I'm not that old to go fighting hands with an alien. No, no way. I think I'm gonna go with the Alien Hunter, like at the beginning. That's fine, interesting. Wow. Yeah. Like icing grenade. I'm going with 3 with the pistol. That sure deal a lot of damage. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. For sure there will be like it's a weapon for each type of enemy. That's all. That was a big jump, man. Did you see? That's kind of a Stasi device or a clocking device to stop them all.
Thanks again for being with us today.
Yeah.
We're just so grateful that you've taken the time
Perfect.
and spent it here.
Okay, let me put it here. Well, it was very, very interesting to see all of this. Like, I had the time finally. I just watched it thoroughly during the live and I just wanted to bring it here and watch it with you all just to go through every little detail. So it will be saved anyway. And I will think I will make split over videos for each part of it. So it's gonna be a little bit more in-depth and separated. But yeah, for me, like the game, it has all the maximum like appeal. We have to see if they actually deliver. Yeah, oh, very welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Jakob, to have staying with us. Really appreciate it. I hope you like enjoy what we have seen. I have tried to go into detail, not too much, otherwise it was too boring. But yeah, I'm very, very, very excited as well. I will try to gather some information on the way, and before to go, although one info, it will run on 30 FPS on Xbox, and on PC the minimum requirements are at the 2080 and I think it's the i5 10th gen recommended. But it will not go above 30 FPS on console. This, they say, has been like a designer decision because they don't want to have a dropped frame when the action is becoming too packed, too compact, or a lot of action are inside. So as soon as there will be more news, I will try to gather them all and I will try to bring it in probably also maybe a short content. I will see if it is a video or another live. For sure now they will start to release a lot of materials around Starfield. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content, and I will let you off go to lunch, dinner, or whatever. I'm gonna have to eat as well, and I will see you on the next video when it will be out today at 9. So bye. Thank you very much. and was this one. Ciao!
È un mondo difficile.